episode, we're going to talk about top ways to separate your work life from your family life and still be successful. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below with a success or something you're struggling with. Number one, leave your work life at work. It's important that you leave your work life at work because whenever you try to leave work, you can't take a bunch of baggage with you. One thing this includes is don't bring home graded papers. If you're bringing home graded papers, you're going to end up doing the same thing that I probably did my first year and second year teaching, and that's leave them in my backpack until I go back to work. And guess what? I didn't grade any anyway. Leave all your papers at work. You don't need to do them at home. They'll still be there whenever you get back. You're not going to probably put the grades in anyway. So just leave them at work. Do them on your next planned period. Do them for 30 minutes after school. Don't bring your work life home with you. Point number two, don't let your own kids suffer. Do not let your own kids be put on the back burner. If you decide that your work life has to come home with you, don't let it ruin your whole weekend. Don't spend so much time on your work life that your own kids don't get to see their parent. Whenever I made this mistake, I really didn't focus on my kids whenever the school year was in, and my own kids suffered because of it. I let them play in their rooms, I let them be on technology, I let them watch TV. When they were doing those things, they weren't outside playing, they weren't learning new things from me that I could have taught them. I let my own kids suffer because I was bringing my work home with me. Please never, ever, ever put your own personal kids on the back burner because they have to be the number one kids in your life, and the kids at school have to be number two. Point number three, guys, keep a core group of friends outside of your school friends. I know it's very easy to go to your job, create friendships with people you work with, and those be the only friends you have. I've made this mistake in the past in another career, and now that I'm in education, I really understand that I need to keep a group of friends with me that maybe aren't in education. The reason why I say that, guys, is because I want to make sure that all my conversations don't revolve around teaching, that don't revolve around everything in the schoolhouse building. If you're keeping a group of friends outside of teaching, you'll spend more time talking about your hobbies and talking about things that you like to do other than education, and that will keep you a little bit more grounded. Number four, guys, is please don't work on the weekends. I know I've already said this before, but you have to somehow separate yourself from your job. The weekends are a time for you to relax, spend time with your family. Go and spend time with your extended family. I don't know how many times that I decided that I needed to work on the weekends instead of seeing my extended family. My own parents have suffered because I haven't been able to go and see them near as much. And I want to make sure that if I have hobbies, like fishing, for example, I love to fish. When I'm at school, I can't focus on that hobby. When I'm off on the weekends, I don't want to spend my time up at school working whenever I could be enjoying a hobby that gives me so much pleasure, so much enjoyment. Number five, do not work in the summertime unless you need the money. One mistake that I've made in my past is that I thought that I couldn't live on the paychecks that I earned from being a teacher, and I spent time working in the summer. What happened is it didn't give me time to decompress. As a teacher, you need to emotionally decompress and spend time outside of school. Over the summer, it gives you that time. What it does is it makes you really understand, I love teaching, I miss it, I want to get back into it, but you have to give yourself time to decompress emotionally and physically, because everybody knows that teachers are tired almost all the time. I see memes all the time that say, ain't no tired like teacher tired. That's true, because you're constantly, as a teacher, thinking about what you need to do with this kid for them to be successful, what you need to do here for this person to be successful, ways that you can improve all the time. When you do that, it emotionally takes a ton of energy, and you need the summertime to decompress, to spend time with your family, do things that you want to do that you didn't have time to during the school year. Number 6, leave before it gets dark outside. Sometimes I know this is hard to do. Just give me 10 more minutes, let me finish doing this. Let me finish this task for 10 more minutes. I know it's hard to do. Please leave before dark. If you leave before it gets dark out, what that does is it helps you come home and take care of your own personal family's needs. You got to remember that your own kids, if you have them, they still got to eat supper. That your spouse still needs to eat supper. That the shows that you guys like to watch as a family still need to be watched. If you leave before dark, it gives you the opportunity to spend a good 2, 3, 4 hours with your own personal family. This will better your relationship with your loved ones. At the beginning of this video, I told you that this was how you could still be successful if you're leaving work at work. So how does this translate to success? For me, it translates to success because it gives me that time to think about other things outside of my job. For example, YouTube videos. I love creating YouTube videos. I love creating content about teaching, but I'm not really thinking about what my individual students' needs are at this moment. I'm thinking about how I can use this hobby that I have to better myself and to maybe help somebody else in the future. So if you like the content of this video, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and then comment down below. And if you hit that little bell, it'll give you a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That was another episode of Teach Better with Ben. I really appreciate everything you've done for me. This episode we're going to talk about top ways. Okay. Oops, I messed that up. And that will do much greater things. That was dumb.